Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we will learn English through a powerful motivational story called Control Your Mind, Control Your Life. This story teaches us how our biggest enemy is often not the world around us, but the thoughts inside our own minds. Let's begin. On the edge of a small town stood an old school. Its walls were worn by time, and its classrooms had witnessed generations of students passing through. Among those students was a boy named Aditya. From the outside, he looked like an ordinary teenager. But inside, he was fighting a battle every single day. His mind was never at peace. Sometimes it filled him with fear. Sometimes it pushed him toward laziness. Sometimes it made him compare himself with others and feel jealous. Aditya often felt trapped by his own thoughts. Every night before sleeping, he made promises to himself. Tomorrow I will wake up early. Tomorrow I will study seriously. Tomorrow I will stop wasting time on my phone. Tomorrow I will become a better version of myself. But when tomorrow arrived, his mind always whispered the same words. Not today. You can start tomorrow. And once again, another day was wasted. Weeks passed. Then months. Nothing changed. One day, a new teacher joined the school. His name was Aditya. There was something different about him. His face always looked calm and peaceful. No matter what happened around him, he never seemed disturbed. During his first class, he wrote a sentence on the board. The one who controls his mind controls his whole life. The words immediately caught Aditya's attention. He could not stop thinking about them. For the next few weeks, he carefully observed Aditya. Whenever students made mistakes, he remained calm. Whenever exams created pressure, he stayed relaxed. Whenever problems appeared, he handled them with patience. Finally, one day Aditya gathered enough courage to ask him, "Sir, how do you stay calm all the time?" Aditya smiled. Then he replied, "Because I listen to my mind, but I do not obey every thought." Aditya looked confused. Aditya continued, "Let me tell you a story. The mind is like a river. If you leave it without direction, it becomes a flood that destroys everything in its path. But if you guide it properly, the same river gives life to fields, villages, and cities." Aditya listened carefully. Then Aditya shared 3 powerful lessons. Lesson 1, observe your mind. Every day, sit quietly for a few minutes. Do not try to stop your thoughts. Simply watch them. Notice what enters your mind. Notice what leaves. Become an observer. He explained that most people become prisoners of their thoughts because they never take time to observe them. Lesson 2, give orders to your mind. When your mind says, "Not today," tell it, "Today only." When your mind says, "I am tired," remind it of your goals. Do not let your mind become your master. You must become its master. Lesson 3, keep your mind busy with good work. An empty mind quickly fills with negative thoughts. But a busy mind stays focused. Work gives direction. Purpose creates strength. Discipline builds confidence. Those lessons deeply touched Aditya. The next morning, he decided to practice them. He woke up early and sat quietly near his window. Birds were singing outside. The cool morning breeze touched his face. For the first time, he simply watched his thoughts. Fear appeared. Laziness appeared. Old memories appeared. Negative thoughts appeared. But instead of fighting them, he simply smiled. He said, "I see you, and now you may go." Day after day, he continued practicing. Slowly, something started changing. The tasks that once felt impossible became easier. Studying no longer felt like a burden. Using his phone less became possible. He started focusing on his goals. Most importantly, he stopped running away from himself. Months passed. Exams arrived. This time Aditya felt prepared. Not because he was smarter than others, but because he had learned how to control his attention. When the results were announced, something unbelievable happened. For the first time in his life, Aditya stood first in his class. His friends congratulated him. His parents felt proud. But the greatest victory was not his rank. The greatest victory was inside his mind. For the first time, he felt free. His mind was no longer controlling him. Instead, it had become his friend. That evening, Aditya met Virat Sir again. With gratitude in his eyes, he said, "Sir, now I understand. Controlling the mind does not mean forcing it. It means understanding it." Virat Sir smiled proudly. Then he placed his hand on Aditya's shoulder and said, "Exactly. The day a person becomes the master of his mind, he becomes the master of his life." Moral of the story: the mind controls our thoughts, emotions, and decisions. If the mind is filled with fear, negativity, and laziness, life becomes difficult. But when we learn to guide our thoughts and develop discipline, everything begins to change. Remember, observe your thoughts. Control your actions. Stay focused on your goals. Work quietly. Improve yourself every day. Because the person who masters his mind eventually masters his life. The greatest victory is not over others. The greatest victory is over yourself.